Review and build test with AliExpress for $99. Jingsha X79M-S V1. 0 plus E5-2620 plus 4x4 GB plus cooler. The set with AliExpress consists of a motherboard, processor and RAM. Motherboard plus memory plus processor. https://aliexpress.true/item/4006831196665.html. $80 cooler. https://aliexpress.true/item/40111332545.html. $19. The MATX form factors. Jingsha X79M-S V1.0 motherboard has an ALGA 2011 connector. You can install only 4 memory strips of 16 GB each. Included are the strap size is 4 GB. Declared support for all Xeon E5 processors under the ALGA 2011 socket. There's one M.2 connector for installing a high-speed drive. There are 2 PS/2 connectors for connecting the mouse and keyboard. 6 USB ports, 2 of them USB3, 1 Ethernet port, 3 audio connectors. An 8-pin connector is required to power the processor. The Intel Xeon E5-2620 processor has a base frequency of 2000 MHz, with turbo boost on 2 cores up to 2500 MHz. All modern instructions are supported, except FX2, F16C, FMA3 and TSX. Cooler of an unknown manufacturer. The model without illumination with 2 fans was chosen. The radiator is shaped like a cube, which is pierced by 4 heat pipes. These heat pipes have direct contact with the processor cover. The test stand consisted of a set of motherboard, processor, RAM and Chinese cooler. A Western Digital WSD500G2B0CM. 500 GB drive was used as the system disk. The video card was used by Radeon HD 2400 Pro. All tests were performed on the Windows 7 operating system installed on the M.2 drive. The first series of tests used the AIDA 64.6.25.5400 program. Using these test results, you can compare the performance of this build with your system. For comparison, the results of the i3 8100 and E5-2420 processors are shown. The memory read test showed 20,319 MB per second, the write test showed 18,866 MB per second, the copy in memory showed 19,702 MB per second, the memory delay was 83.1 nanoseconds. The CPU clean test showed 39,625 points. The CPU PhotoWorks test showed 11,994 megapixels per second. The SLIB test showed 277.2 megabytes per second. The CPU's test showed 13,451 megabytes per second. The SHA-3 CPU test showed 724 megabytes per second. The FPU Julia test showed 18,151 points. The FPU Mandel test showed 9,623 points. The FPU San Julia test showed 4,597 points. The FP32 Ray Trace test showed 3,232 Cray-S. The FP64 Ray Trace test showed 1,754 Cray-S. The advantage of the Xeon E5-2620 processor over the Xeon E5-2420 processor is approximately 5%. The next series of tests. 3D Marco 3 CPU test score was 1607, 3D Marco 3 CPU test 1 showed 140.2, 3D Marco 3 CPU test 2 showed 35. 3D Marco 5 CPU test score showed 16,893, 3D Marco 5 CPU test 1 showed 11.2, 3D Marco 5 CPU test 2 showed 11.4. 3D Marco 6 CPU test score showed 4,714, 3D Marco 6 CPU 1 showed 1,734, 3D Marco 6 CPU 2 showed 2.05. 3D Mark Vantage CPU score showed 22,860, 3DMark Vantage CPU Test 1 showed 3185.62, 3DMark Vantage CPU Test 2 showed 29.74. Mark 7 score showed 3004, Mark 7 lightweight showed 4351, Mark 7 productivity showed 3413, Mark 7 entertainment showed 1587, Mark 7 creativity showed 5229, Mark 7 computing showed 3871. It is worth noting the significant superiority of the Xeon E5-2620 processor in the 3DMark 03 and 3DMark 05 tests, while in the 3DMark 06 test, the advantage is on the Xeon E5-2420 side. And let's look at the test results of the Western Digital WSD500G2B0CM. To 500GB drive. The speed indicators are very good. The reading speed is almost 2.5 GB per second. What can be said about this system in general? Of course, this build can't compete with new computers from your nearest store in terms of performance. But for the price and performance level per dollar, this build looks very attractive. The system has prospects for an upgrade. This motherboard can be installed 12-core processor and 64 GB of RAM. This system will be a good basis for a budget computer that can solve any problems, and if you add a good video card to it, you can comfortably play any modern games. So if you have a very old computer, or no computer at all, and you are limited in funds, this or a similar build can become your working tool.